That's right. It's me. Amazing. How are you this evening? Few things on the agenda. I was sitting here like, maybe I'll do tarot cards. I imagine because I'm starting very late that perhaps it'll be yet another quiet night. Though I must admit, I don't intend to be late at all, anyways. However, there's nothing really calling me, so I was like, fuck it, I'll drink a Jones soda so we can at least get a cat fortune, right? And then I also thought about aliens a lot today. I was with a couple friends who are visiting, right, from the West Coast, and gosh, we talked about octopus, and it just was like, that is so alien sounding to me. I couldn't even get into it right now if I wanted to. But either way, alien energy all day, every day with me, right? And Katherine Heigl and Roswell is just always something to talk about. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm doing a quick night, quick reading, we've done the fuck out of thought this week. We've done quite a bit more Halloween Oracle than we normally do. It is spooky season. We even pulled out the pink deck last night. I think tonight I might do the mystery deck. I think that's kind of where it's at, where it's like if we want a little twin flame insight, sure, but really we are trying to contact other planets or something. I don't know, extraterrestrial vibes. Mystery deck, right? So yeah, I'm gonna do a fortune and we're gonna do a mystery deck. But not until after we do these fucking ads. Yep, you know what it is. Okay, be right back. And we're back. Yes. Okay, so first things first, let's crack it. And get our fortune. Find your happy medium. I would say you found her. I am happy. I am a medium. Not just in size, but obviously career choice. Cheers. Found a happy medium. Some rituals I will always love. That's so funny. I just realized I should have saved that, but that's okay. I'll do something else. So, approaching Libra season, of course, I went with the green light, grounding vibes. I've been trying to spend as much time outside before the weather breaks because it's obviously an impending doom that comes to us year after year. And it's almost like the older I get, the less I care. It hurts before, but last year wasn't so bad. Maybe it is all in your mind, right? I'm just here to have a good time. Ooh. Things could get intense tonight. It's water in a lemonade cup. That'd be whack as fuck if I was drinking soda and lemonade at the same time. I don't think me or my teeth could handle that shit. Remember to pick a number, 1 through 22, and if that number's already been picked, we'll pick a different one, or if no one shows up to pick a number, of course, I'll do it myself. I'm the only one who knows which numbers haven't been read yet. So, starting with transmissions. Just kidding, I have clouds stuck in my head. It's like I didn't need to say anything or do much I could tell. When you smile. What's this reading gonna be like? What's it been like? Oh my god, a stupid fucking love reading, most likely. Looking very much like fucking twin flame bullshit. Shouldn't have even brought that up. Also shouldn't hate on it. I feel like, yes, it's got a bad rep, a bad stigma, and it wasn't something I was interested in, but now that I've delved into it and listened to Spirit as it guides me through it, I do feel I have a deeper understanding and a better concept of what it truly means and why it's so intense and sought after without being completely understood, right? Looks like we're getting a twin flame reading, and I should have seen that coming because it's one of those days for me. Fuck's fucking sake, you know? God, it's so annoying. It's like, talk to me or leave me alone. Why? And it's retrograde. I'm like, am I the fuckboy ex that's texting their such and such? I don't honestly care if I am. I'm trying to face shit head on. I'm coming from a loving, adoring, caring, even concerning place. Come on. There's nothing wicked in my intentions or motives. Please. Ooh. Alright. It's a twin flame reading. I'm so sorry. It's gotta be done. We were doing it and then we took a break and now we gotta check back in. Somebody wanted a love reading last night, so we broke out the pink deck, and now, yes, I decided mystery deck because I was very much in the mood of aliens today. And deck said, no way, we're doing twin flame, because the first cards that I saw was second position water, which is the Two of Cups, aka the love card, and divine, well, not divine, but masculine, feminine also came up. So that's how I knew it was twin flame reading. I just honestly, personally, could care less what's going on with that right now. So my apologies if I sound jaded, defeated, or otherwise hopeless in regards to something such as a twin flame connection of all things. Come on, we can do better than that. I thought we were going to get some cool channeled alien readings. What the fuck? But I guess I was low-key talking about shit like this earlier tonight, where I'm like, did I miss the obvious? Am I an asshole for that? Is it my fault for not seeing things clearly? Is it really, like, all up to me to understand what you were saying? Like, Let's just focus. Bottom of the deck is first position Earth, so we might get... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to do twin flame stuff. I want to do alien stuff. But here's the thing. This is why twin flame connections most likely exist and are so important, is it probably is some kind of extraterrestrial cosmic force that binds you together. We went into detail about the genetic coding of aliens and how they mixed alien DNA with humans, like, way back in the day, hence how we got Neanderthals in the first place, right? So... of course, we see it again when Jesus was born. How else do you think Mary got pregnant without having sex with Joseph? And Joseph's just down. He's like abducted by aliens also. I'm like, yep, I believe her. We're going to go with it, son of God. Okay, that's what the earliest basic concepts of us having, right? Touchdown. Or making it obvious at the very least. So, one thing I did want to do, I was going to type down what the cap says. Actually, so if anybody's tuning in late, they could see it. It was find your happy medium. That's what my Jones Soda cap says. Find your happy medium, which is me. Found me. Cheers. So anyways, Literally do not know what we were just talking about. Other than aliens. So, yeah, aliens being encoded with human DNA and vice versa. We, oh, I bet he did. That's what I'm saying. We've been offspring and reproducing alien bloodlines for centuries. And now that's why some of these romantic connections feel so much more intense than others, because there's very human connections, there's human love. And then there's this kind of like next level, extraterrestrial, if you will. That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of times you do. Personally, I think if my twin flame were anybody, I would see who it was. And now I'm starting to like, it's coming through in the readings where it's like, it's not who you thought it was, it's the other person that you're dealing with. And I'm like, that seems really hard to believe, but I guess I got you. And also, what does that mean? Another 10 years or something? That's dumb. But it's like, with the two scenarios I'm dealing with, I'm deciphering which one's the karmic, which one's the twin flame, right? That's like the whole gist of it. Um, and I think right? The readings would suggest that the one I think is the karmic is the twin flame, and the one that I think is the twin flame is the karmic. But they often look alike, and it's almost like a choice, isn't it? One that I think is the twin flame, I see visions of the future with, in a sense, but I've also seen some futuristic visions. And that's where it's like, yes, I totally get what you're saying about different dimensions. It's almost like I can go visit and see a dimension in which we are together, see one where we're enemies, see one where we are existing simultaneously or without each other, whatever the scenario is. And it makes living in this dimension with them very difficult, because it's like, how can you be so oblivious to that? Like, is it just me, your happy medium, who can feel and see that? Because I feel I'm not completely unique to the point where this wouldn't be physically possible for anyone else to do. I contemplate this a lot with, especially the necromancy, more than the alien stuff, more than the spirituality itself. The necromancy, man, it's tough for people to really swallow that. I firmly 100% believe and have gotten enough of a feedback rate successfully to say that yes, I do talk to dead people. I have no doubt in my mind. There is no way my imagination could come up with some of the things I know, and whether or not it's an individual person or access to source to be able to pull up energies, either way, it's pretty fucking incredible. So I get that, in a sense, I do have extra strong capabilities, gifts, powers, etc. And I am maybe perhaps more advanced than the average person in the realm of third eye, etc., etc. However, these not these undeniable, unbelievable, strong pulls to certain things where it's like, how do you resist that? How do you ignore that or pretend like that's not happening, bro? But I get it, because karmically speaking, yeah, a few years ago, I maybe was the same way where I was like, nah, fuck that. That's weird. I'm not talking about it. I'm not going to be the first one to address it. I'm not going to say anything. And I can see how that would be difficult, especially now that I'm going through it in the opposite way of like, now I'm God damn it, dude. And now I see, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it all does kind of make sense looking back. What can you do about that? Cut your losses, keep going, and just hope it doesn't happen again. Is that the lesson? Or do we come here to learn how to fix our bonds in such a way that we don't have to cut off people, but we can let them go and let them be their separate ways if that's what they so choose to do or need to do, right? And I think that the resilience to having these confrontations or these moments is what lands us all in these very hyper individualistic modes and in need of therapy all the time, because you're just letting things be undone. You're like, I can walk away, I'm strong, I'll deal with this later and process it and go through my feelings and heal from it, instead of just like having a moment that you don't maybe need to heal from. Who would have thought? That's so weird, right? Like, why am I the weirdo for thinking that's like the mature thing to do, and everyone else is like, eat shit, die, ghost them, and go to therapy about it later? Like, what? That's okay. Seems kind of like maybe not how we do it on my home planet, to say the least. Right? So I see all these visions. The other one, the karmic, I see the past lives. That's why it's like, yes. All right, that makes sense. But the past lives are so great and the future vision's not so much. Isn't that interesting? Once again, you'd think it'd be backwards, or maybe it is, in a sense. But whatever, I got a real big mess of cards, and I think the whole point is that we're just talking about that. And I knew what it was about because, like I said, the first things that were coming up was the Two of Cups and the masculine feminine card. Literally, 11th position fire is masculine slash feminine. So it's definitely in that realm. I know it's not our favorite. I know that. It is what it is, though. I am open to whatever messages need to be conveyed. I'm open to say, and when I'm open to spirit and have no inclination myself, and have used so many decks this week that I have to be open to anything. I chose the deck because nothing else was coming through other than aliens, dude. And spirit said, "Listen, twin flame. Okay, we get it. We get it." What else is here? I think part of what might be happening within this realm of energies is the masculine needing to understand that he has to learn how to rely on other masculines in a way that doesn't damage his connection with the feminine. Period. I don't know how else to put that. It's almost like whether you're a fire sign, air sign, or just like a regular man, it's like you kind of affirm each other's not psychosis but kind of like psychotic behavior in a sense where it's like, yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. I would have done the same thing. I don't know why they're acting so weird when really like caused an entire tragedy on them and their entire family, or something like that. You know what I mean? Where it's like just affirming each other in ways that could be detrimental to your relationships. So healing the masculine ego is like, it's probably at the end of the day a battle not worth fighting is where I'm at with it, and that's why I really have very little interest in these readings personally myself. Don't give a fuck if I have one of those connections, because if it were anybody, none of them, they're all striking out. I could give a fuck less, literally, about having any masculine energy around me anymore. And I was so hype on it last year. I knew this would happen where I'm like, no, I think I might be a lesbian at this point. I don't know. Not that my twin flame couldn't be, right? A woman. But just this whole idea of masculinity being so far skewed, because it is so toxic and so sensitive and so fucking fragile. It's odd, actually, where it's like, you should unpack that with each other. I don't think you should close off further and divulge to a professional who has a Hippocratic oath to never repeat what you say. I think you need to talk to your fellow man, your homies, your friends, and open up a little bit and let them know you in ways that you didn't think it was possible to ever share with anyone. And it's that kind of sensitivity and breaking down those walls that are going to be crucial to the overall well being of the fucking literal planet. Because if we can't figure out how to start kind of like cooperating, then we are going to be opted out of reality, more or less. And as grim as it is to say that, it's the truth. These things are coming up at this time because, one, we've been afforded the luxury of it, which we discussed this the other night. What the fuck you consider luxury, dog? Um, and just because it's the only way to really get to the next evolution. You know, when you think about like even a Pokemon, all right, Charmander going to Charizard, no, Charmander, Charmander doesn't become Charizard, okay? Right now, we're like masculine Charmander. I need a Charizard now, okay? And so you got two things happening. One, hey, I'm a fucking Charmander. No way I can be a Charizard. Or two, sure, I'm a Charizard. When in reality, it's, hey, Charmander, I want a Charizard. Okay, I hear you. I'm a Charmeleon at best. I'm working on Charmeleon right now. You think you can wait? You think you can be patient enough to let me bloom into the Charizard I'm meant to be? And like 9 out of 10 times, they'll be like, fuck yeah, thank you for communicating that honestly. Why is this so difficult? Who knows? I think it's mostly because these masculines ain't talking much about their feelings, bro. Everybody kind of knows air signs to be notoriously detached, but people rarely talk about fire signs that way because they pretty much will talk about themselves in that regard, but rarely will allow others to be in the space of them doing so. So something to consider. It's very much, there's this need to open up, and once again, the natural evolution of things, there's something essentially wrong with it. It's just where we're at in the evolutionary sense. So let's just roll a quick AD and BC right back. That was so dumb. Okay, relax. Yeah. Waking up in this reality when I wanna stay inside my dreams. Oh, I'm awake now. Woo, 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 woo. I think I'm 100 times another four. I know that I've seen you here before. I'm always around. Never thought that I'd live forever. Sometimes think dying would be better. Never thought that I'd live forever. Oh, 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 oh. You know, feel it in my ear. Yeah, I did the whole album, so I can't really keep going. It's like a 40-minute program. Hello, Pico. Listen, y'all. Crazy stuff happened. I don't think anybody's ready for me to talk about it. We said a prayer for Leo the other night, and it was just a no-go, dude. He was already kind of like gone. Very sad. He was indeed a Leo. Amen. One for him. Once again, family's pretty sad, kind of still low-key, but that's, yeah. What's up? We're doing like semi-twin flame stuff. Once again, Pico, I feel like you got a lot of work to do because you got to be the masculine in your situation. You're dealing with a Cancer, you're a Leo, you're a masculine. You refer to her as a she. You got work to do, man. It's definitely about expressing shit to your homies more. It's about opening up, not just waiting for a therapist or like dealing with things later, but like facing them head on and taking it on in the moment. Like that's where the aim goal of the reading is at, where I just wanted to talk to fucking aliens, bro. And they're like, yeah, but twin flame connections are alien connections. So in order to talk to an alien, you got to talk to your twin flame. And I'm like, listen, my twin flame suspects are not speaking to me, so what next? And they're like, well, it's on them to heal. Okay, so what do I do in the meantime? Literally nothing. Okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. You're lucky she's willing to be with you in the Balkans, right? And she's lucky you're talking to her at all. Well, homie, you got work to do. I don't know if you missed my little Charizard Charmander thing going on, but it's just focus on being Charmeleon. Don't try to jump to Charizard. That's basically the MO. I wasn't really gonna smoke, but I feel like I dressed myself like electric Kool-Aid acid test, and that's totally appropriate because we did the whole Ken Kesey thing the other day. And of course, I packed this bowl the night of his birthday, the 19th, or whatever. No, today's the 19th. His birthday was the 17th? Is that what it was? It's the 20th. Okay. Whatever. You know. Um, whenever his birthday was, the 17th. Packed this for him, and then I'm just now smoking it. So I feel like maybe we'll get a little message from Ken Kesey. He was a really chill, cool energy and was really workable. You know, it was a dope stream. I loved that. The Mary Psychic stream. Highly recommend to tune in on that one. We had a great time. Listen, dude, please, why would you even bring that up? Because, like, I definitely experienced this whole, like, I think I, whoo, but not with my twin flame, you know? And I don't know why that's been heavy on my mind where it's like, wow, you're really going to be stubborn and not talk to me. And so you could just die at any point. It's like, oh, well, now you got unfinished business on the other side, and I'm the only person you can come to for that. So you good luck avoiding me in death. You can avoid me as long as you want in life, but then you're just going to die, and you're going to have to come straight to me to resolve all your unfinished business, and that's fucking annoying. That's what I fucking don't like. Yeah. Probably does make you wonder what'll happen, you know. But it's so frustrating. I'm so frustrated with the whole subject of love in general, and I'm like the romancer, the necromancer. But I put the romance in necromancy. Like I love love. I'm so good at the bounce back, the heartbreak, the everything, and you know, the thirsting even. But lately, I'm like, honestly, I could give a fuck less. Y'all really suck and probably never deserve me, let alone still deserve me. And I'll still even give, um, mostly to pass the time, or really just because I do try to reconcile. I would prefer to just make up with people, you know. The unfinished business has been tripping me up because of the thought of death. Are you referring to the twin flame thing, like dying, or something else? Cause like yeah, dude, I'm just like I'm over it. And I think the funny thing is like it does take two to tango. So if you're thinking about somebody a lot, especially if you put the effort into not thinking about them, obviously they're thinking about you back, and you will see it in synchronicities in your phone on your because their phone's watching them. My phone knows you're on your phone looking at fucking my phone. Like, don't play with me, dog. Don't fucking sit here and act like it isn't that. Like, the algorithm is fucking putting you more on blast than I am. Like, the fuck, dude. So weird. And lately, the whole message is like, girl, speak your truth, speak your truth, speak your truth. Who gives a fuck anymore? I used to be all kind of like play nice, keep secrets, whatever. I'm trying to be less of that person because it just ends up you not even realizing you've been victimized because you don't associate with a victim at all. You're like, wait, what? I'm a monster. Maybe not even so monstrous. Relax a little, you know? Realize that people do make their own decisions, and not everyone is that aware, right? And some people need more time or more patience or just space and like no energy, right? Maybe they just need to be cut off from it all, right? But that's something I've been and also grappling with is where I've had inconsistent relationships in my life for a multitude of reasons, but mostly stemming back to the PMDD, where I look back and see how much to what depth things were my fault, or how terrible and out of control it really was. And so I get why people have the mentality of not giving second chances and not forgiving people and no new friends and blah blah blah. But I personally think, wow, I can look back and see what kind of mistakes I made, and I would hope that I'd be forgiven for the way that I acted back then. Perhaps I should extend an apology to the people who were there receiving that kind of treatment or behavior or whatever it was, because it's far from what I align with now, and I think it's far from what I aligned with then, but I had no ways of controlling what I was going through. So, you know, um, yeah, the logarithm is our digital god. And isn't it so funny that they literally make you learn about logarithms in like, is it calculus? When was I doing logarithms? I never understood it. I was just like, what is, like, I just could not fathom the concept of a logarithm. Um and so for it to be such a pretty much the only part of calculus that is relevant to our everyday modern society for people who are not math majors studying the universe, right? Pretty funny that they did try to warn us, I guess. It is our digital god, though, right? Like, it's not a secret that we're all being spied on. It's not a secret that they keep tabs on us and coordinate our phones and blah 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 and send pings to one another throughout the whole area. So it's just, I mean, that's why I used to think, oh, I gotta stop watching these general readings, blah blah blah. And then lately I'm like, huh, interesting how you think about a song and it'll come on the radio even. Or, you see something and then it's tenfold, you see it everywhere. It's like, I guess if I'm getting a message about somebody, yeah. And so, of course, it's going to cross compare data and be like, no, dude, you're not crazy. This person is definitely obsessed with you and watching all your videos and stalking the shit out of you. You're not just making that up. Or they'll be like, yo, you need to leave this person alone. Fucking drop it. Move on with your life. You know what I'm saying? It feeds us. And it's, in a sense, like, is astrology really any different? It's like horoscopes is just basically like star algorithms, right? So what's the difference? We're into it either way. It's just one is generated by the stars and the other one's generated by AI machines, I suppose. So yeah, what a night, huh? I'm not like going insane, but to going against the grain, going insane, going mad, to loving tension, no pension, to more than one dimension, to starving for attention, hating convention, hating pretension, not to mention, of course, hating dear old mom and dad. What do you mean? To riding your bike midday past the three-piece suits, to fruits, to no absolutes, to absolute, to choice, to village voice, to any passing fan, to being in us for once instead of a them. You do? You say I love Rent, and I'm like, ooh, me too. La Viva Wham. I can pretty much recite the whole fucking soundtrack of the movie, not necessarily the full musical. I hear there are great restaurants out west, some of the best. How could she? But then there's like Halloween. I don't know. Anyways, still processing this comment. Hey, thank you, Hunter Hunter. Hello. How are you? How's it going? We're not really doing a whole lot of tarot. We're doing more like channeled messages, vibing energy, discussing twin flame connections, going deep. I have a pile of cards here to reference, but it's not much of a reading. Please refrain from asking. It's embarrassing when people do because I find it very hard to hold back at times, and I can just really come off as rude. So just, you know, relax, enjoy the vibe, enjoy your time here. If you came here, it's for a reason. I know you're stubborn, Hunter, but I'll tell you right now, whatever I'm saying is something that you'll need to hear. Okay? So, we usually like to know your birthday and pretty much nothing else about you. And we say birthday, don't even care, just looking for a sun sign. And if you know your big 3, 5 chart, whatever, feel free to drop that shit. Um, Unless I scared you away already. That is always possible. Oh, an Aries. Okay, March 25th. All right. Isn't that Big Sean's birthday? um, cute. Your account was created April 11th. We love the number 11. By the way, if anybody wants to pick a number 1 through 22, I'll read a poem or a story from this book, unless it's a number that we've already picked. And a lot of numbers are taken, but a lot of numbers are free. It's kind of not worth saying which ones are not. Oh, we did that one last night. Yeah, no. People tend to pick the same numbers on here. It's like 1, 11, 13, 4. You know, it's like literally all the same numbers that they pick. We can do it later, but just saying, it's always an option if anybody wants to pick a number. We'll just, we'll do it once a number gets picked that wasn't already chosen. I love how people really do get kind of impatient with me on this channel because they do they're looking for a tarot reading. But the thing is, I think part of the point is like to not stare at the tarot cards for too long or too much. And I think that's why when I have the tendency to stream like every day or almost every day, I do like to take nights where we can discuss this kind of stuff without completely relying on a third party medium, right? The tarot cards, and just discuss it as people and with our peers and with one another. So I feel like this is kind of one of those nights. And honestly, it's like, once again, quite frankly, despite the fact that I put the romance in necromancy, okay, I'm feeling slightly meh about love. Why would you meet your twin flame online? Did you meet your twin flame online? I know what you mean, though, right? And something that I talked about a couple months ago when this whole twin flame crap came up again was that I didn't have to meet my twin flame to have it activated in me, because there was a trigger word. It's like I heard them, right? Right, that's what I'm saying. It's almost like convenient, isn't it? Oh, is that what you're going through, baby? You should just tell us that. Our sweet baby. Listen, sorry, I shouldn't baby you so much. You're not that much younger than me, but it feels like ages, doesn't it? Listen, I know what you mean, in a sense. Any kind of long distance thing is almost like that, right? Okay, but testing someone is toxic. Hear yourself. We know that you are the one that has healing to do because you're clearly the masculine in the situation, Pico. Don't lie. Don't lie. It's toxic to test someone's loyalty, dedication, honesty. Like, trust them or don't. Yeah, I get that. I don't really know. And maybe the karmics are supposed to make us feel like twin flame connections, or maybe karmics are extraterrestrial connections as well. And that's why they're so hard to like let go of, because it's like, no, your taste, I remember that. Your smell, no, this face, whoa, whoa. It's like Roswell. I don't want any spoilers, but oh man, if you guys watched Roswell, you would totally know what I'm talking about, where it's like sometimes you do stuff or feel stuff that you don't even want to, because it's just like a means of communication in a sense, and it's like your souls speak to each other. Disgusting, dude. I am such a fucking romantic. I am a sap for love. I want to have so many weddings, dude. And here I am, literally being number one hater, literally sitting here being jaded and telling you right now, give up. They all suck. It's not worth it. I hope I'm alone forever. I don't think I genuinely feel that way, but it's a fucking mood. And I think a lot of the femmes in the dynamic are probably feeling similarly, where they're like, honestly, I'm so at peace with myself that I really could relinquish all connections and relationships with other people at this point in my life. That's insanely great for me. Not great for anyone who wants to be with me, right? Bro, I get that. That's like remote viewing, astral projection. And like, I'm literally going through this thing where like, there's definitely more than one presence in my field of vision at this point. My field of vision being my mind's eye and being able to see these things and project these things. Um, I too am trying to figure out how to disconnect without being a dickwad and going behind their back and cutting a fucking sword or rope, but right, and I guess that's the lesson for the femme, but the masculines are like so far behind, it's like not worth the waiting, you know, and then you find someone else and it's like, what the fuck was the point? Other than, oh, we're gonna try again in 5, 10, 15 years, because that's what twin flames do. God, not if you're really 62. Yes. Okay, so I'm going through something similar. So I'm trying to like disconnect from someone who's like clearly not giving me the time of day. I honestly think it's funny. It's borderline harassment on my part. I get that. It's not very aggressive, which is why I kind of like allow myself to do it. I'm not manifesting any relationships. I'm very bothered by the presence, that connection, that whole like, I know what they're thinking and doing. It is very annoying. And so I try to like mentally kind of like push it away, make it disappear, ask for it to leave, like as if it were a ghost. And it's like, nope, you're alive and well. I know you are. So like, what the fuck is that? Um, but I totally get what you're saying. And it's like, how do you disconnect? Why is that connection even there? All this and more when we come back after this 60-second boo hoo hoo. We get it. I know. La 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 la. I'll be right back. Cats killing dogs, pigs eating gnats. Every mouth will eat you up. The king bug laughs. Belly of the heart, belly full of bats. Chromosome seems not to want the fetus. Put you up and make you bleed, make you feel like a disease. Knowing God will be pleased should make it easy. I had the song stuck in my head, so I was singing it to myself, and then I realized people who subscribe to me don't have to watch ads, so might as well just sing to them too, while also taking a moment off camera. Hello, everyone. Um, we're just, you know what? I think we're just kind of like, I think it's emo night. I think it's emo night. I'm not even gonna lie. I would constitute this as emo as fuck. It's emo night. I don't know what that energy is. Hardcore retrograde, that's the thing. I am like annoying the fuck out of somebody who's ignoring me. I don't even give a fuck. Like I said, I think it's kind of funny and I'm not being really malicious, so I'm not trying that hard to hold myself back. When I get continuous signs from the universe, from my everyday life, from the fucking tarot cards themselves, pairing us up like it's nothing, right? I'm vibing. Um, that's true. You're always kind of vibing. It seems like you're never even going through anything. You just come here to watch us fumble and try to give your best advice while not laughing too hard. Are you a Libra? Or I can't remember. Scorpio, something like that. Did I make that up? Source? Can't remember. Vibing with emo night because emo is also just emotional, and there's like nothing inherently wrong with being emotional, but people take it the wrong way when they hear that because they've been so hardcore trained or even vexed into thinking there was something wrong with the expression of how you're feeling. I love that. I was like, you're such a Libra, but you're actually a Virgo. Okay. We all know I love my mutable energy. Yeah, my Mars is in Pisces. But yeah, it's quick to get into the pettiness when you have that kind of match. Put you up and make you bleed, make it feel like a disease. Though it's hard to believe she makes it easy. I don't want to be the fuckboy that shows up in your life during retrograde. I'm so sorry. It coincided with all my plans to begin with. I'm trying to keep my mouth shut. We learned Libra season is about doing nothing, saying nothing, accepting nothing, right? I feel you on that. Seeing my fucking Mars being in Pisces is like, yeah, this shit is upsetting me, bro. I'm upset, bro. You think I'm mad? I'm not. I'm fucking crying. Not tears, just whining, even. I'm so sick of that method. I think you have very no idea how long I very much did that because the PMDD gives me such an outrageously intense range of emotions, but these are really quite calm. And I honestly am so fucking burnt out that the only real creativity I got going on right now is the streaming and just revisiting my poetry and listening to my music. Oh my god, chill out. You're getting a little dark. Okay, can you relax? What the fuck is that even supposed to mean? Is she gonna be on her period and you're gonna get your fucking Red Wings? I said it. Stanley Cup champs, alright? La, 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 la. Okay, I'm kidding. I have never. I have literally never. But, okay. Why am I, literally, what did I just do? It's like there is a small boy that lives inside me. That sounds so creepy, but he's just an asshole to everybody about everything. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Is it my dead son back to haunt me? Dead son. It was an abortion. I just heard his name was Anthony, and then the next day, Anthony Bourdain died. So I was like, okay, yep, it was Anthony. So, like, that's intense. I'm trying to avoid that kind of thing where I notice, well, I have rage regardless. And it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner for me. That's so true, though. Yeah, I agree. For me, it's like if I start to harm myself, I know I need to remove myself from any situation. I would never put it on another person. But if you know that it's a specific person that's causing that kind of thought or harm, and on some level, even if it's not directly related to them, you never know who it is. And that's why for me, I'm like, I'm just gonna like get away from everyone. See how I feel then. No, I never really considered that. I think it's a cool idea though, especially if I think I can tap into other realms or dead people's brains. I think it's a very cool. It's interesting because there was one. Man, I kind of wanted to wait till November and have like a whole ceremonious thing, but what if I don't have till November? What if I need to just start talking about this shit now? Um, One of the moments of hallucinations that I had 3 years ago when I was don't know what it was it was like everyone picked a color and it was like forming a greater being out of these like neon color placements that were very similar to chakras, but also were based on like not zodiac placements, but everyone did have a different zodiac. And so you saying that made me think of it because I'm like, oh, maybe it was different planets. Like, hadn't really thought of it that way. It just was like this working body of acid, so to speak. But at no point willingly consumed drugs that I am aware of, you know. So it was a weird time, and it lasted like probably a solid hour. I was just watching tarot readings, and I was able to just like click through whoever or whatever I was connecting with. In a sense, it was crazy. The visuals I had were nuts, and it's like, what were the drugs? I don't understand. And as much as they wanted to say it was psychosis, I talked to a therapist extensively after that who also specialized in drug counseling. And she was like, no, yeah, you were probably tripping. What the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, I get that. Maybe it was spiritual. I don't know. Maybe I was drugged. I don't know. Pretty, pretty wild. Yeah, I think that's just people. I think it doesn't even matter what your placements are. But I will say one thing: if you're feeling super triggered to the point, this point, I think that's so true too. You're so young. Um, if you are seeing like the toxicity so quickly or early on, that's okay. You don't have to. Oh my God, we're being rated. Thank you, Queen of Cups. Streaming now. Fuck yeah, I've only been rated like twice. The other time was like 2 days ago. So how cool. Hi. Dude, you haven't been on here in a while. Queen Ray, that's so cute. Literally nothing is up. I low-key missed you. It looks like you're streaming now, obviously, if you're rating us, so that's dope. Sorry I haven't tuned in like at all to anybody's Twitch. Um, as much as I stream, I should listen more. You know what I mean? My own fault. But thank you for joining us. We're being kind of like goofy, doing twin flame stuff, but not really focused on the tarot cards. But they're here, and it is a little bit of a mess, I will admit. So thanks for joining us to the Queen and her royal cohort. How fun. This is literally the second time I got rated, and it was in the same week. It's really exciting. I am pretty new on Twitch. Really? Oh my gosh, I love that you are hype on the twin flame stuff. It's super complicated right now because I've been doing these twin flame readings with my alien deck more or less. I do. I want to do that. I don't actually know how to raid someone. Like I said, this was like the first week I've been raided. So like I guess that's like when you are done streaming, you raid someone, whoever's with you, you know. Um, Not exactly. Kind of. Thank you for the follow, Jake. Oh my God, I love that Jake the dog is always so associated with Taurus energy. It's super cute to me, and I'm a Taurus. Oh, okay. But like, it effectively is for when you're done streaming and then you leave with them, right? As I understand it, I think I've participated in a raid before, but nice, nice. I love that. Yes. Queen of Cups, that's interesting. You're a Taurus. It's because you're looking for a Pisces, probably. There's plenty on my channel, so stick around. Probably meet the love of your life online. On my Twitch stream, swear to God. Listen. No, so I got this. This is my mystery deck that I got last year, and I got to know it. I bought it used, and I like Sagittarius too, but Queen of Cups, you clearly are missing a water sign in your life. I don't know why. I personally wouldn't recommend them, but it's there for you. I can just see it. No, you can just see it is the joke. Anyways, I love Sagittarius too. I thought you just said you're a Taurus. Wait, what? You are just water. Pisces. I told you that, my dude. Oh, Scorpio moons are pretty powerfully Scorpio placements. I'm a Scorpio rising. We're all shapeshifters. But I identify strongly with my Taurus sun. Very strongly. Mostly because the way I tend to lean towards cult leader, it just is very Taurus sun of me, that's all. Yeah. You're really obsessing about your Mars. You have a long way to go, Pico. You are the toxic femme we keep talking about. I'm sorry, the toxic mask we keep talking about. Um, you've got a long way to go. You've got to like, oh my God, bro, you're breaking my heart because you're showing us what masculines are going through, and it's like you really think this or that. Oh, bummer. No. Oh yeah, of course I do. Yeah, your Mars and Scorpio is definitely being petty and holding on to stuff. You're always holding on to stuff. IOI. No, I'm totally tough. Totally tough. But Pico's been here and he gets talked up so much, but tonight he's like going off about this Scorpio Mars placement. It's not good. Not good, good, good. Um, so the thing with moon sign is like they can definitely guess what your moon sign would be without the birth time, but I had my birth time wrong by like 25 minutes and it changed my moon sign. So even the moon sign is best guess without the time, but the rest of your planets and your sun sign will be accurate based on just the date. But your moon will be best guess without the time, and your rising you won't know at all without the time because it changes every 2 hours. Well, yeah, because everything's going into retrograde, and so if your Mars is in Scorpio, and Scorpio's ruled by Pluto, no, my Pluto is in Scorpio. What is Scorpio ruled by? Oh yeah, dude, I don't feel like doing tarot. This is what I was saying. Some nights I don't want to do tarot every night and get people like too lenient on the cards and waiting on the cards and not realizing that we can just like talk things out amongst ourselves and have more of a discussion than just divination all the time because we are authentic divine beings ourselves and maybe we don't always need a higher power or a gate or a physical connection to things when we have each other or we have this open forum kind of thing. Um, the mystery deck's intense. That's what I was getting at. So I kind of got to know them. I got them used. I prefer my decks used in a sense. Like I really do. You gotta find them special, but it's just who I am and in general. But it didn't come with a book or anything, so I didn't know what the deck was. And I just kind of studied it, got to know it. I was in my white at my White Witches retreat, and I I don't know. I like decided it would be meant for channeled messages with guides, gods, goddesses, and galactics. And so most of the time I get on here with the mystery deck and it's like completely channeled alien messages. But a few months after I got it, probably like 6 months, it was basically like I got this deck in August, did channeled messages with it, and sometimes like inspirational, cool, whatever kind of readings. But then in like I want to say it was January, February. It was around Valentine's Day, but also Venus went into retrograde at the time. This past Valentine's, and we just kind of went in a different direction where it was all twin flame readings. And so tonight I was like really in the mood of aliens. I was hanging out with my friends who were in town, and we talked about alien shows almost the entire time they were here. I am wearing an alien beanie, like I put on the green lighting. I was ready for aliens. And maybe that's being overzealous. You know what I mean? How embarrassing to fangirl about them. But we got twin flame stuff instead. So I was like, fuck it. I'm not doing the reading, but I'm willing to discuss the topic and see where we're at and talk about these things and definitely look down and see some cards and know that it's a mess right now. It is a goddamn mess right now. Sorry, I was really ranting there for a second. I gotta catch up on some conflict. Okay. Okay, yes. This is basically post-apocalyptic thoughts is what I call it. This is after tarot. I will. Where? Where are we going? Is it possible to do long distance streams with people like it is on Instagram, how we can go live together? Is that a thing on Twitch? That'd be so cool. I do gotta catch in on your stuff. I also have really weird hours, y'all. It is not an accident that I've been streaming overnight like this. And so I don't do much in the mornings, the days. It's all afternoons, evenings, nights. So I feel like, yeah, that'd be good. Um, you can do that on here? I'd love that, dude. My streams that I was doing on Instagram with people were the shit. Like super popular. People loved the conversation. It's cool because people obviously enjoy conversation on Twitch also, but they're content with the chat and a lot more active almost it seems than they are on Instagram. But also, how much fun would it be if you could see another person? I just think that's cool even for me, because sometimes I get this like screen envy. I don't know what you would call it, where y'all get to see and hear and know me on such an intimate level where like I chose to put myself in this position, right? But then all of you have this like anonymity, and I kind of wish I knew you. So on that um note, I'm gonna take a second to during this 60-second catch you in a sec, just a minute, okay? Yo, I totally love to just jump around and get exercise during the ads where it's like, cool, I got 60 seconds to just, you know. Yeah, dude, it can definitely feel that way. I feel like because I did pre-recorded tarot videos for so long, for YouTube and personal readings, I think I got used to not having any feedback and having people actually chat with me way more than they ever have on YouTube and way more than they did on Instagram is like a super exciting step up where I totally understand why it feels kind of lonely doing it, but I love it. Oh my god, you're toxic, Pico. I feel like I raised you better, but I guess I've only been doing this for 3 months with you here, so. Yeah. Um, oh man, see, I love post-apocalyptic thoughts. We've been doing tarot all week. You are pretty much, yeah, you got two major Taurus queens right now. So good. I'm yawning, guys. I feel very like energized. Like this is a peak highlight of my day. I wasn't even gonna stream really, and then last minute I decided to, and now we have a raid and some new people and a nice conversation going. So don't take my yawning personally. I also am consuming sugar and didn't have caffeine today. I try to take breaks because I don't like to be addicted to anything, but also I wish I did still have a pretty regular ritualistic coffee routine. Can't even lie. Oh man. I just thought about Kendrick Lamar for no reason other than I was thinking about how the tap water here has lead in it. Because he said there's something in the water, something in the bowl. And if I got a brown nose for some gold, then I'd rather be a bum than a motherfucking baller. Yeah, bitch, where were you when I was walking out on the gang of the whole world talking king? Because everybody want to cut the legs off a good black man chicken no lungs. Oh, yeah. You know? No, because I think you just said what? Yeah. No, no, no. Totally. Totally. I love that song. I love the whole album, actually. I think it's one of the best albums ever made. Thank you, Rogue Vonda. Love that because I'm always rogue when I'm just rogue as fuck. It's my punk nature, I think, is to be rogue. You gotta do what's best in the moment. Hey, how you doing? How's everybody doing? This is post-apocalyptic thoughts. because the apocalypse is really just an awakening when something is revealed to you. And so post apocalyptic would be post awakening, post revealing, as we've read the tarot all week and now we discuss it because these are the thoughts we're sharing. So, welcome to the post apocalyptic thoughts. I'm your host, Illuminati Miss Dex, and while I am the one with the decks, tonight we're really just saying, fuck this mess. Yep, that's where we're at with it. So, I'm good. No, I'm good. No, I'm really good. I'm so good. I'm like really good. I'm like so good. It's like that kind of night. It's whatever. I know. I know. Do you all know each other? It's a pretty tight knit little circuit on the tarot community on Twitch. Did you come with the raid or did you come randomly? You know what I mean? Like, or are y'all just friendly on here? I'm new to Twitch culture. I wasn't on Twitch before I started streaming, and I haven't learned much while being here. It's fascinating, and I've never felt a sense of community like I have on Twitch. In fact, it's always been like a sore point in my entire life is that I've never found a community or somewhere I've been in ever, except for like a long time ago amongst the freaks at the Lips shows or something, which I completely ruined for everyone, and that's fine too, I guess. And now there's Twitch, and it makes me feel better. It seems like people actually genuinely give a fuck what I'm saying, which is smart because I am very wise and very connected to the other sides. And definitely just, Taurus, you'll notice if, like, even as I'm on YouTube watching tarot readers, it's so funny. It dawned on me why people listen to podcasts the other day. As much as I can talk and stream, like I said, I don't tune in much. I'm so sorry to admit that. I don't listen to podcasts, whatever. But then I'll be like, I kind of wish I could talk to somebody, but I don't really have anyone to talk to in this moment. So I just want to put something on to make me feel like I'm talking to somebody. I'm just going to listen to a tarot reading. And then I was like, oh, duh. So I noticed though that a lot of the tarot readers I come across on YouTube, at least, maybe not Twitch, but you're a Taurus, Queen of Cups, and you stream on here. A lot of Tauruses are going to be tarot readers because Taurus is ruled by the heart chakra, but they are representative of the throat. Okay, like Aries is the head, Taurus is the throat, Gemini is basically the nervous system, but the hands and the arms, right? So this whole like, um, and then so on. I guess fine. If we have a couple people in here saying they're learning, let's just go through the whole body parts. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. So Cancer is the breast, Leo is the heart, Libra is the lungs, Virgo is the digestive system. Hello. Digestive system, liver, whatever. Virgo, Libra. Oh, I said that backwards, y'all. What the? Who didn't correct me? I was doing it based on where it is in the body. That's so funny. But it is Libra is the lungs, and Virgo is the digestive system. And then, what? I have this memorized. I do have a photographic memory, so I learn things, see it a couple times, write it down once or twice, and then it's pretty much locked in there. Virgo is the digestive system. Scorpio is the genitals, as we pretty much all know. Sagittarius is basically like hips and thighs, like the upper support structure. Capricorn is the knees and shins. And, oh, no, I skipped something. Pisces is the feet. So Aquarius must be the shins and Capricorn must be the thighs, but what is Sagittarius? The hips? Something like that. So yeah, it makes sense that so many Taurus readers are Taurus readers. Exactly, Taurus readers. Oh, I love that. I love that. Really? Oh, you're a Cap? You don't say. You don't say. I'm just kidding. I don't hate any sign on here. I'm just fucking annoyed with Capricorns right now. Sag is part of the legs. That's what I mean. Sag, Capricorn, and Aquarius are different parts of the legs. So Sag is like hips and thighs. Capricorns is like pretty much just the knees. Aquarius is the shins and calves. And then Pisces is the feet. So that makes sense. Really, that's so funny because I don't even know anymore. I'm very daydreamy too. I think it's a really understated quality of Taurus placements is to be daydreamy, and I think that's why like Pisces is notorious for being daydreamy, and Pisces and Taurus is supposed to be a good combo, and I feel like it's because Taurus is low key daydreamy. We just look mad, act mad, sound mad, but we're like fantasizing low key. That was kind of Salvador Dali's whole MO, and he has multiple Taurus placements in his chart. He is one of the most Taurian Tauruses that ever existed. If you look up his chart, it's like not only is his sun sign in Taurus, but I can't remember. It's like his Mercury and Mars, and I want to say rising are all in Taurus too, where it's like, dude, he was a Taurus. And his whole MO was like, yeah, he was married to Gala, they had a very weird sexual relationship, and she loved him and was like completely devoted to him. But it's not that he was a cuck. He was just kind of like, yo, I literally am fantasizing hardcore about some nasty fucking weird shit. And even though I'm Salvador Dali and I'm totally one of the most famous artists in the world, and I can literally have anybody on the whole scene, I would rather than indulge into these desires, just keep them from me and use my sexual frustration for these perverse daydreams to channel it into my artwork and make the most incredible paintings of the 21st century. And that's what he did. And Gala got to fuck whoever she wanted, or sometimes who he wanted her to. And it was like a very strange, bizarre relationship. But at the end of the day, he was daydreaming. He was just like daydreaming, and he was literally content with that. He was like, I'm content not having sex because I can just live in fantasy in my head, channel it into my art. That's a Taurus for you, yeah. What's your deck, by the way? What do you mean, don't mind you? What do you mean? What is it? Please, what does that even mean? We will mind. We are mindful of everybody. What is your deck that you're working on? And, oh, yeah, that too. Totally. All of it, though, right? I think that, but that's the thing. Everyone knows that Pisces is always daydreaming. I don't think people realize that Taurus is like the same way, and I think that's why they connect so hardcore and are just everything sometimes. Oh, cool. I kind of want to look it up. Let's see what it looks like. Yay! Yeah, I love this whole rated thing. Very fun. Yeah, you're right. I do want to see it. There was something else that somebody said that I was like, never shut the fuck up. I never seem to shut the fuck up. Used to stream. Oh, yeah. I wanted to know. Wait, I just made that up because I don't know. What is your sun sign or birth chart or whatever have you? Dun, 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 ba-bum. Have y'all ever looked at a mongoose? They were a very invasive species on Hawaii. And I'm telling you, I don't think they're from planet Earth. What are you doing down here, Corgi? Y'all. What are you doing, man? You want to go? You can go this way if you want to leave, Corgi. You want to go out the doggy door? Oh, you ain't gonna fit. You gotta go back. What do you want? Are you trying to go outside? Bro, you're kidding me. Okay. Thank you. It's from my grandma, RIP. I gotta let this corgi out, you guys. I will be right back. So sorry. She's worth it and old and came all the way downstairs. So I will be RB. All right, y'all, I'm back. Can you try to help remind me that those animals are outside? They would not come back inside. Good night, Queen of Cups. Catching up in the chat. I guess I can be here. Hello, hello, I'm back. Okay, reminds me of Mulan lurking. Oh yeah, I'm looking up. Gosh, I wanted to see the deck you've been working with. Didn't even get that far. Corgi interrupted. Literally though, you guys, I left it outside because I called for it, didn't come. I think she just needed to cool down. She's old as fuck. Trying to remind me, let the dog back in if you can. I don't know how much time she needs, but Dark wood. Ice cream, Mulan. How's it going? Butterflies, love that. So cool. I'm a sleepyhead. Me too sometimes. Yeah, me too. Love you all. Good night to everyone going to bed. Anyone going to bed? Yes, okay. I'm caught up. I'm looking at this Darkwood Tarot. This is really cool. It kind of reminds me of the, oh, I kind of see the Mulan influence. It reminds me of the Tim Burton, not Tim Burton, what am I thinking of? The Nightmare Before Christmas deck that I got for my cousin. And I guess that would go along with the whole Mulan thing because it's like Disney, essentially. What's up, y'all? How are we feeling? I haven't really been doing, I think it seems like there's a steady group that's present at this point, which is very, very kind of you to be here. Unfortunately, for all the people who are new to my channel, I'm not even really reading tarot tonight. I'm sure that would be great for me to like show you my capabilities, but trust me, I'm a really good reader. I promise. So silly. But that being said, if you have any questions, now's a great time to ask questions. If it's about, like we talked a little bit about astrology and placements and stuff like that, body parts, whatever. We're discussing twin flame stuff. I'm not gonna lie, the reason that I decided not to do, I know, me too. I would even tell you about my day. I was so sad today. I wasn't like so sad today, but I was so sad today. And I just am someone who like has always been honest about their feelings without realizing that people will actually just like ask how you're doing to use your feelings against you in certain ways. And it's very mind-blowing to step back and realize that somebody would be capable or even desire to do something like that. And I am having a hard time coping with that notion. Sometimes there's too much shit to make poetry. I keep thinking that line lately. Plate full of steaks and not a stick of celery. Like, yep, vegan ass bitch. Just kidding. I ate a Slim Jim for dinner once. Good in the kitchen. Okay, so things were just looking really messy when I shuffled them. It's like everybody's doing their own healing, and the reason that maybe you feel so connected to some of these other people or energies in your life is because to some degree they're meant to be there, and to an degree the other person wants to be there. They're like, yeah, I'm not in your life, but I hope you're still thinking about me. I hope you're still watching me. I hope you still care. I hope you think about me as much as I think about you, blah 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 blah. Hey, whoa, I feel like it's been a while, right? Okay, about a month. What's up? How's it going, pedigree? Hey, how long have you been quietly sitting there? Cutie face, what's up? Say that shit to my face, bitch, cutie pie. What? Why are you attacking me in such a kind way? That's who I am as a person. Oh, wow, I figured. Are you my creep? Are you the one stalking me? Are you the low-key water sign energy stalking me? I'm just kidding. I think I know who it is. I didn't think it was you. But hey, if you got any confessions, don't wait any longer. I'm just kidding. Why am I being like this on the live stream when, come on, we have an audience for once. Jesus fuck. God. Anyway, I hope everybody's day was super bright. I spent so many hours outside today. I'm really glad I did. The weather's but I love you for that. Appreciate you always. And I'm a big fan myself. So I spent a lot of time outside today because the weather is certainly going to break any day now, probably this week. And it's very sad to think. And I think that's got me reflective in itself. I don't think you need a retrograde for this time of year to feel this way. I think that's what we're all kind of going through. I'm not really reading tarot right now. I'm shuffling so that the messages come through more clearly by having a meticulous pattern that I'm doing. That's some that's a factor of channeling that I sometimes use, if you will. But we are trying to take a break from the tarot and have more discourse. So feel free to add to the conversation. This is not a continuous stream. It is not a reading. Once again, if you want to ask questions, you're more than welcome to. That doesn't mean ask your personal questions and give details about your life. But if you have questions about these cards, connections, storylines, whatever, if it's like a planetary question or even like a zodiac thing, like partnering this person and this person without telling us details about who the people are, but saying, what about these two signs? Stuff like that. If you are new here, this reason that I went with post-apocalyptic thoughts is because I shuffled the cards and I intended to channel aliens tonight. If you couldn't tell, it's a big thing over here. It's what my mystery deck is for. But it's also used for twin flame readings per the request of the deck many months ago. And so, yeah, when the cards came out, they were in a huge fucking shuffled pile. It was a mess. Asking for a friend. You already told us your birthday is March 25th, you freaking dork. None. I think Aries are big time loner signs. I'm not even gonna lie. My Venus and Mercury and Father are all in Aries, and I'm gonna tell you what, literally earlier tonight I was talking to my married couple friends who they're like cats over kids type, and I'm like, honestly, could do without any pets, cats, or even not cats. I love cats. If I had any pet, it would be like a cat or a snake or something. I could do without any pets or children or even partners in relationships. I think that I actually would love being alone. Crazy, because I do get very lonely, and sometimes I'm even kind of like chaotically out of control when I'm isolated too much and like spend too much time by myself. It's the PMDD and also the connection to the underworld. It just leaves me kind of like, I'm already half dead. I could go all the way. No, okay. So honestly, you say that, I don't know. I know a lot of hardcore single Aries, no offense. I know a lot of Aries who like literally keep to themselves, never really have relationships very often. If they do, they'll last long and then be very mysteriously ended. Not much information. I feel like Aries are hardcore loners at the end of the day. If I had to pair them with anybody, I feel like I see Aries and Scorpio kind of working, because Scorpio is almost like a fire energy that is actually water, so you get the complementary feminine and masculine elements with Scorpio and Aries, but still have the same kind of fiery, almost combative energy towards each other. I also see Aries and Pisces in real time, but I don't know that they are the very smoothest pairs that I've seen. And I literally can't even think of very many other Aries that are like completely satisfied in a relationship and not like constantly deciding between two people or whatever. I think it's smart for an Aries to have a fixed energy around them like a Scorpio. However, I don't really see how a fixed sign could tolerate an Aries overall. But it seems like Aquarius, if there was another fixed sign besides Scorpio, Aquarius I think could also deal with Aries pretty well. Mutable pairings, I could kind of almost see Gemini working with Aries in a sense, because they'll kind of go along with anything, and Aries is pretty impulsive. But that could be kind of a slippery slope, don't you think? And then a cardinal sign would make the most sense, in my opinion. I think it would be wise to go for the cardinal sign, Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, because Aries is cardinal. But I don't think that's what an Aries would do either. I don't think an Aries would go for a Cancer, Capricorn, or Libra, or another Aries, really. I think they would go for something different. So that would be my take on that. No offense. Like I said, my Venus is in Aries, so when I say all that, I'm saying it about myself. Exactly. I think Aries would scare any sensible Aries, and if you, I mean, come on. If you're willing to do that, then whoa. It's Leo on Leo is one thing, but Aries on Aries, oh my God, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I see Aries as some of the lone wolf of the zodiac, to be honest, because that's hardcore me too. Sometimes my Aries and Mercury will make sure that I say shit to make people hate me so much they never come back no matter how sorry I am. I swear to God. I don't even want it to, and it just does sometimes where I'm like, meh, fuck it. I fucking prefer to be alone anyway. Like, what? Since when and why and always? Really? Okay. Right? So, you know what's cute though is the counselors right here. This is 12th position water, the counselor, and I feel like that's the role I'm taking on tonight. Take off your masks. 10th position, earth. Take off your masks. Show your vulnerability. I'm very vulnerable as a person. Look, self. I'm very self aware. I'm very emotionally evolved. I'm very aquatic, you know? And I do just want to be able to not just help people, but exactly. I'm only 30 and I'm already like, no, yeah, complete and total silence for the rest of my life would be fucking fine. I'll party when I want to. I don't know. Very, very strange times, right? I just want to be able to help people come to terms with what they're doing in this world and in this life. And I think part of what makes the human experience so unique and divine is that we do experience a full range of emotions. And I think some people see that range as listen, you got me mid sentence, and I don't remember what I was saying. And I liked it, but I don't think there's much more purpose. I want to help people get in touch with their emotions and see past the 5 range emotional spectrum that they're used to and realize that it's like a 500 range emotional spectrum that they are destined to be integrated into just by being human in itself. Some animals we see feel things, they feel sadness or romance or whatever. But humans can communicate those feelings and have various ways of expressing those feelings. And it's sad that people are like, I either feel happy, sad, mad, irritated, or annoyed. Like, those are the 5 fucking food group of emotions. And it's like, there's so much more to it that I just want people to be able to talk about the way they feel in a healthy way, in a safe place. As gay as that might sound, I'm queer as fuck, so yeah, it makes sense if it sounds gay, right? Duh. Anyways, going back to this, I have always done things alone. I've been primarily single in my life, obviously, because when I was a child, I was not one for one of those little elementary school boyfriends or anything like that. Really never had that kind of experience as a child, so I was single most of my life. I always had crushes, but it was like meh, or I just felt like not good enough or something, or like I was too weird to expose myself. Really alien vibes since day one. I don't know. Yeah, that would make sense. And so in my teen years, it was kind of the same thing. I was far too weird for anybody to be like actively interested in. And then I just kind of was more interested in sex, drugs, and rock and roll than like college, marriage, and family stuff. Like, I really was like, yeah, I'm a teenager. I'm an artist. I'm a poet. I want to be a musician. I'm in theater. I smoke weed. I do drugs. I'm experimental. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad I spent my teen years that way. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, so yeah, dating wasn't really much on my mind. More like muses, right? And so in my later teen, like I had one major boyfriend in high school. It was a year and a half, and at one point we had broken up and got back together because yeah, PMDD will have you doing stuff like that. It was on him, but still, I get why he couldn't deal with it. And then was single the rest of the time, pretty much, other than like a couple months here and there. Not a fan. Break up over fucking anything. Until more recently, I've had an off and on 5-year thing going because it's like, yeah, I actually do really not mind doing everything alone. I've always taken myself out, get coffee by myself, travel the fucking country by myself, go to shows by myself, go shopping by myself. Like I've always done everything alone. It's actually kind of difficult integrating someone into your life in a sense. And if you're not at that point, that's almost scary to me. Like the chronic relationship people, no offense to anybody who might fall in that category, but it almost freaks me out that people can go from relationship to relationship and just only ever be in relationships and never be single. Um, that level of codependency is mind blowing to me almost because some of the best memories I have are alone. And it's like, I remember those times thinking, like, I would like to share these experiences with someone. Yes, falling in love would be nice. Yes, I could see why people, thank you, Raw, people dedicate themselves to love and searching, trying to find someone. I totally get that. But I also, wow, no one to hold you back, no one to accommodate for, no one to have to check in with, even, because it's disrespectful to have someone who's by your side 24/7 and not let them know what the fuck you're doing, right? Like, that's difficult. So, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, what a way to think about it, isn't it? I've always been very romantic. I've always felt a bit of a shell or a ghost of love around me. But I also just felt like I could fall in love every single morning. And I think the internet makes it almost too easy to feel like love is at your fingertips. But I mean, waking up and going to get that coffee before work and thinking, wow, this person in the line behind me is just so cool to talk to. I wonder if I'll ever see them again or if it's even worth mentioning how delightful this is and falling in love with a moment that really was a person, or maybe it was you in that moment reflecting upon a person who now feels some kind of love from a stranger and then carries that on throughout their day and loves someone better at the end of it. Yeah, yeah. So, of course, I love being alone, really. But I also love the idea of being in a relationship with more than one person so that you never kind of get sick of anyone and no one ever has to be alone. You know what I mean? That just also makes sense to me. So, when it comes to labels, I care very little for them, but there's obviously some ones that you could ascribe to me very easily and openly, clearly. But yeah, I think love is an amazing thing, but honestly, so is solitude. Sometimes I prefer having crushes and unrequited love because honestly, I can't imagine if it was in my face. Why don't you fucking try it, bitch? Try it. Try it. People are so fucking scared of me too, and they're like, oh, what is she up to? What is she into? Literally anything. Try me. Try it. Literally dare you. I don't know how else to tell you. Make the call. Send the text. Do the thing. The grand gesture, the song, whatever you're working on, just do it. Send it. Show it. Sing it. Like, quit being pusstastic. Okay? Cool. That would be really great and helpful. I would love that. Yep, that's why the twin flame reading got real messy real quick. Just a pile of cards came out. It was like, oh, look, twin flame reading. Oh, look, it's not even worth reading. That's kind of where we're at. So, should I go check on the corgi and see if it wants to come back inside, y'all? It's been like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. No, we can definitely discuss what I believe the interpretation of it is. I can definitely go over that if you want to. Make notes of what you're asking. Type out twin flame, soulmate, karmic, etc. You can even go over the 5 stages of love if you want to, but I'm gonna go see if this corgi will come back inside real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, Solo is back inside. Whew. Listen, my fucking whole heart, soul, and being is like very distraught lately, where it's like, wow, I can see, feel, taste, hear, and know this love is there and real, and it's honestly like, oh well, it takes two to tango. So no matter how you feel, no matter what you think, whatever you hear, sing, blah blah blah, if it ain't mutual, it just ain't mutual, right? So it's like, oh well, what are you gonna do? Move on. But also, some things have a hold on you for a reason, right? Something's got a hold on me. What song is that? Um, didn't do my makeup tonight either. Pretty cute, right? Um, love y'all. I really do like being on Twitch. Someone pick a number. Let's read some poetry. Oh yeah, wait. First we're gonna tell you, yeah, twin flame. Okay. Listen, twin flame mirrors everything, reflects all your bullshit is such a weird way to put it. And soulmates, I would disagree, are not an equalizer. So basically, the way that I see it, okay, not that you're wrong or I'm right, but I'm saying far from agree. Soulmates are the people who are going to help you along your journey and get you through the bullshit that you have to go through. Karmics are going to be the one who trigger all the things in your life that remind you of the bullshit that you already went through by being the bullshit that you are currently going through. Twin flames are the ones who are at the end of the road and see you along the way and wish they could, but know they shouldn't. Never do until it's either one, too late, or two, you're all better. Okay? Like, there's no more triggers. There's no more activation. There's no more bullshit. It's like this, like, short, it's this very powerful but short-lived love because it usually comes very late in life. And it's usually all about the missed connections and the timing and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. That's just something I learned or picked up doing the twin flame readings and channeling messages from this deck about the twin flame experience. That's what I've learned in this past few months about the connection. And it took to me because it was like that makes sense as to why I do twin flame readings, because once again we kind of talked about this earlier about twin flame connections almost being like extraterrestrial, like soulmates being very human and karmics being very much tied into time travel, even because the karmics you're going to see the past lives with, right? And like I'm not sure. It's so easy to mistake the two also for some reason. And I think it's because the visions that you have is you sort of have visions of the future with your twin flame and like visions of the past with your karmic, but it's hard to say because I kind of believe in the algorithm. And the one I think is my karmic is the one the readings say are my twin flame. And I just thought that was interesting because it's like, could it be one and the same? Is there a reason that my karmic looks more like a twin flame and is a karmic is because I'm supposed to resist it? Like, I don't really know. Um, can soulmates stay in your life if the capacity changes? Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to work through it. Is the one in front of me the karmic? Is the one behind me the karmic? Is the one to come? Did I not finish? Like, it's crazy. It's a lot to think about. Especially because when you think of soulmates, it can be anybody, like I said, who helps you through those journeys and is alongside you for it. That's going to be the key of the soulmate, is they get you through stuff. And that's why we have so many soulmates where you're not settling for a lesser love connection. You are simply wanting something else out of life. Some people want support through the things they go through and they want a partner for everything and so and such on. Usually if you end up dealing with karmics, you kind of don't have a very clear focus goal of what you want, and that's why you keep getting reincarnated in the first place, is to go through these lessons again and again with these karmics. But if you do hold out for the twin flame type love, which once again, so much adversity takes up so much time. It's usually so late in life because you have to do all your healing, right? And both people, both parties in the connection have to heal separately before they come together. So you usually get a lot less time once you actually get that. And so some people would rather have something more durable, stable, and long term, like with a soulmate. Some people get caught up in the psychic, toxic cycle of abuse and ego love with karmics. And some people just want to hold out for that feeling that they get to experience for that window. Why would reincarnation scare you? I think the closest thing to hell we will ever experience is what we're doing right now, living in this world. Personal opinion. I've seen the underworld. It's not that bad. It's different. It's creepy, but it's not like meh, all torture and flame like you might think it is. The eternal flame is a beautiful thing. It keeps you warm, and it's all of existence. I mean, come on. Save us from the fires of hell. Sir, I don't think you know what those are. What the fuck was he on? What is the Bible on? White man? Jesus Christ. Shut the fuck up already. Alright? How y'all doing tonight? Any other questions? Any other, you know what I mean? We could break out another deck, but honestly, y'all have been super cool, attentive, and conversational with not doing tarot. I would prefer not to. You can sound sad and depressed. I am sad and depressed. We lost a good one this week, a fellow Leo, and you know, it's not even someone I'm close to, so you don't spend your sympathy on me when there's people hurting way more. But it's very sad to see someone like that go, young and full of hope, life ahead, just beautiful fucking soul, juicy heart, like just the goods, man, like just the best of humanity. Always is, right? You've been God the whole time. Pico, pick a number. While we figure out our feelings on reincarnation. I literally said earlier, cool. I literally said earlier I wanted people to get in touch with their emotions and be able to share. Here we go. It is. Oh, I totally get that. That's the thing. You can pretty much get eternal rest if you are reincarnated as a tree. So, something to think about. That's sort of also the point, is so many different perspectives being on planet Earth and being alive. But let's see number 10. No, we did number 10 already. A breakfast of yellow, red, and a clockwork orange. I think we already read number 10. Pick another number. Dude, my tongue's going off. I must be ovulating because I just become a slag. I swear to God. I really can't deal with myself sometimes. I'm literally on live stream like fucking Garbo, what are you doing? Pick a number. I don't even think I really look that good. I feel like I look like the fuckboy I'm acting like. I am somebody's retrograde fuckboy coming back from the past. 8 is definitely, we already read number 8. That was like one of the first ones, right? Succubus? Did we read that one? I feel like, yeah, that rings a bell. Nope, not number 8. Yeah, we definitely read that. Remember when I showed ass on fucking Twitch? That was terrible. Or was it awesome? Hard to say which. Picking more numbers. It says I got 9 viewers right now. Have we done number 9? I think we did last night. No, we did 13 last night. I don't know. This is number 17. I think we did 17. Got Journey. That's kind of cool. 17. Two World from Mad Hattress. No, I think we definitely did read that one already. Yeah. it's funny because I said 9 because there was 9 viewers, but now there's 7, and we didn't do 9, but we did do 7. We're taking a poetry break, if you couldn't tell. We're going with number 9 because that was my choice, and I just thinking, oh, we haven't done that yet, and it's actually just a quick poem, so nothing brutal. Oh, look, we got 9 viewers again. Perfect timing. Oh my god, dude, we are corny, bro. We are really corny. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, for sure, because it's like what could have carnated from being carnal, right? God, yeah, I. Whew. Okay, number 9. This is Mad Bird Sad Word. Words like birds trapped in the cages of my mouth to fly free when I speak, but I only do when spoken to, no matter how long they peck the sides. My cheeks blistered, blood red torn, inside outside, my eyes forlorn, body breaking, a skeleton shattering beneath my skin. A punch in the face is another bird in the air, and you can't win them all. You can't shoot them down because what flies cannot fall. I hope you come around to find what we had there is still somewhere here, though I don't know where I should be. Glass tears of days I don't think existed because, oh, our bodies, our birds, they've become so twisted. Let them smile for what they know not, what is behind mine, like the birds I hide behind my racks of stars between my. I had the audacity to put flaming before I said lips. I like that one. I probably read it weird because I wrote it weird, but I heard the rhyme scheme. I liked it. The metaphor kind of holds up. Don't know why I always gotta talk about punching people in the face, but it's been known to happen. I apologize, okay? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I like that one. I like that one. I could definitely just read poetry for Evs, right? That's like the whole joy of being who you are, is that usually you pretty much love what you do, right? Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. It's really dope to be able to come here and be not just appreciated, but maybe even celebrated, you know? Just a beautiful feeling. Much appreciated. Very, very, very much appreciate it. Um, what y'all thinking? How are we feeling? Are we still tripping about reincarnation? Because I know that can be really intense, but honestly, I feel like this life is just so shit that I would love to give it a different perspective. But I also think like living in nature, being an animal, would just be so difficult. We think we're turned on to survival, and sometimes I do know I myself kick into survival mode to an extent. But to just be out in the wilderness sounds intense. Like, holy fuck, when it rains, it's like, good luck. Like, oh my god, that's terrifying. I'm actually pretty grateful for this life in that regard. Being human is kind of dope. We get to wear cool stuff. I made this fucking sweatshirt, you know, that's where the title comes from. And it is ironic that I was being a mopey, sad girl, emo night bullshit bitch about I don't even believe in love anymore. This literally, as the title reads, says love is only real to the surrealist. So, do I think I'm a surrealist or not? Is love real or are you not a surrealist, my dude? Come on. Amen. Don't dream it. Be it. Don't dream it. Be it. Those high notes. A little too much for me, don't you think? Um, yeah, and in a way, we are gods of the world we created. We may have not created planet Earth as humans, but the way that we colonized the fuck out of it and built the machines and the buildings and the fucking spaceships that we travel in. um, then it's we are gods of the man-made world, right? Okay. I believe in all of it. I believe in every goddamn last bit of it. I'm omnipotent, okay? I think I made that up. I don't know what that would mean, but completely. I was raised so hardcore Catholic. I'm a confirmed Catholic. Everything I say is automatically not blasphemous because I'm Catholic. Cool. So I grew up thinking about this heaven and hell situation and focused a lot of my time into it. But even as a child, I was kind of like, what you say about this Satan character, it doesn't sound as shady as you make it out to be. I don't know if I believe in the torture as much. And also, if God was in charge, why are kids suffering? Because it's a crucial element of Catholicism is guilt. So even as a child, they'd be like, look at all these children who are starving in the world. You should raise money and give them what you have, even though you're a child. And we are talking about quarters right now. We're going to donate that, right? So they're very much based in guilt. And so it just, for me, felt like something about this world feels a bit like this purgatory you speak of. And if God was really that good, would he allow these things to happen, right? So, like, I always believed that there was something that was coming next, but I did always question what that was. And the more I delve into it or listen to people's opinions or prospects of that, the more I kind of lean towards all of the above, because you go to a place where there is like the places I've seen in death too, right? Being the necromancer, I've gone there. I don't know how to say. I've been on the verge of death enough times, starving myself and dehydrating myself, like not on purpose necessarily, not consciously, but also probably subconsciously doing it on purpose so that I could see these things. Like basically trying to do shaman shit without a fucking guide, or maybe because I was drugged at some point in my life, whatever. Either way, I've seen the holding room. I've seen the whole garden. I've seen everything. Not everything, but I've seen a lot. And I think that you immediately go to the holding place, the tunnels, the halls. That's where I communicate with people. They'll meet up with me there, and you kind of like watch from the screen, and it's almost like playing a video game. You're on the other side. You're drinking a beer. You don't get drunk. It's just eternity. So you got fucking alcohol, and you just kind of that's what angels do, guides, your guardian angels. People who pass away, they watch over you, and they might got 70 screens, so they can't be with you all the time, but they'll just, and if they see you really struggle, they'll walk through, in a sense. They'll just hop in and jump from thing to thing until you notice them, see them, remember them. And I think it's really beautiful, and a lot of people choose that phase in death to stay there because they are waiting to collect everyone they love. Maybe they want to reunite with their families. Maybe they have some unfinished business they're trying to take care of. And so they just go and try to stick around for as long as they can in this waiting room, essentially, until they can keep moving down the halls and into the next room. So then you got the next room is like, okay, it's you might have the light, right? When you finally cross over, you go into the light, you can be warm. That's like the eternal flame, which I think people um, believed heaven was more this waiting room, be able to watch over everything. And they thought of hell as the ascension process into the next realm, because it is the eternal flame. Even if you think of it as the light comes from fire, right? And I've seen, I think we've all seen some similar images. You can even see, like, Alex Gray would be a great example of, like, something you can see in this regard. But that eternal flame, I think, is where the concept of hell truly does come from. Yeah. Well, right, and it's not that I'm a Satanist by any means. I think I'm the Antichrist, right? Like, I grew up Catholic, I was hardcore Christian, I still firmly believe in Jesus. I just fucking don't back what his dad says, and I don't see a problem with questioning authority, and I will never understand or forgive the fact that you want to kick Lucifer out and say you're not a fucking angel anymore, because he had the audacity to ask God, and thank God he did, why he was the all-powerful, all-in-question. I'm sorry, he's right. You should be asking that. What the fuck? And that's resonant in our real daily 3D lives. Question authority, dude. Who put you in charge? Literally nobody. Lucifer had every right to do that. I am Roman Catholic AF. Yep. But I was always very interested in Buddha, and I think I've always had the gift of necromancy where I could talk to dead people. And so, with a religion that's like, yo, pray to Jesus, this dead guy that we're gonna watch you fucking make you watch get killed over and over again for your whole life. I would love to talk about the crucifixion whole bit right after this little commercial break if you're down for it. I love being able to talk Catholicism with people who like know it really well, but also are at the point where they're here. Because people hear me talk about Catholicism and they'll either like make jokes about how crazy Catholics are, or they're like really like kind of turned off by the conversation because they're still kind of too into it. So let's roll an ad real quick, and then would love to go deeper into this if you want to, because yeah, a Italian American AF, Roman Catholic AF, totally obviously the Antichrist. Yes, yes, yes. And on that note, okay. I'm feeling very like, I wouldn't say needy right now, but I'm like, I'm not really hungry. I'm not really craving anything. I'm not really like, I don't think I'm thirsty. I'm high, honestly. I wasn't planning on smoking a ton of weed. This is like the only bowl, but it still feels like I'm smoking so much. I just feel like I'm trying to fill the void that is actually the absence of certain people or energies or parts of my life that I have seen and don't understand why I don't have, or whatever the fuck's that about. Blah blah blah. That's me being emo night again. Okay. Yeah, not seeing the gray, but like I said, I also, that's what I mean. Of course you should have questioned authority. So why did they make such a big deal when Satan did that? And when Lucifer was like, yo, God, who would put you in charge? And everyone was like, what? And it's like, what? That never dawned on you? And he's like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna banish you to some other world, and you're gonna be in charge of that now. And it's like, thank you. What? Thank you. What? Well, I mean, I questioned your authority. I asked you who put you in charge. You had no answer for it, and instead of fessing up and saying you don't know, you actually just gave me essentially equal power. So thank you, and he did. So, being Catholic so deeply and having talked so long, that's the thing. I feel like they said, pray to Jesus. Jesus is a dead guy. I have the power and gift of necromancy. When I say things about Jesus, I know him. I spent my whole life talking to this fool. Like, inside and out. Jesus was my best friend. I was not even one of those creepy Christians. Like, I'm Catholic, bro. Catholics are lazy. They're detached. They're judgmental. They're very, like, God, and it's so many. It's across so many different cultures too. That there's so many um, different people from all over the world who are Catholic, and it's just so funny because it is very ritualistic and it is very much this and that. Um, but at the end of the day, I was not, like, my parents were never really all that Catholic. Like, we went to Catholic school. I think it was the right thing to do for them with their Catholic families, or just, you know, sheltering to the extent of safety in a way. Totally, whatever the reasoning was, where I wasn't super indoctrinated into the church, and it never really felt like a cult, other than all religions have the air of cultishness, where I was not one of those, like, I never went to church camp. I went to like one rainbow gathering, was fucking smoking cigarettes in the hotel bathroom, and just denied it. Here, confession, you have to forgive me. That's how Catholicism works. There's supposed to be a priest involved, but there's probably a priest low-key watching, just being like, speaking in tongues, hoping I don't kill everybody because I said I was the Antichrist, you know? You know, I have that collage. Let me see if I can link it conveniently or not. There is a collage I made out of Bible pages. It's one of my most badass and favorite pieces that I own. Not own, but created. And yes, it's a physical collage. It is kind of legend. I can't even fucking pretend like it isn't. You know what I mean? I gotta stop humbling myself in a way. So, okay. Where is she? There it is. Okay, so this should be the link. This is just my website. And this is a picture of the collage. Should be anyways. Let's click it, see what happens. Oh, it just, nope, yep. Did it work? Didn't show up on my end. That's really dumb. That is really dumb. Hold on. You might just have to look at my page and find it, which is like, what a ploy. It's literally the last one listed. I didn't do that on purpose. I'm actually kind of embarrassed because I don't know how to change the, oh, I can share it. That's interesting. I can't change the header on this particular page of my website, and it's like so ugly that I'm actually not even really trying to share it. That's why I was trying to send a direct link. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Oh, you found it. I've sent it again. Yeah, the second one worked. So yeah. Yeah, I love it. It was like a zombie shoot, and then I had prints of the zombie shoot, and I had a Bible, and I was like, yep, and the pentacle is made of tape. And yeah, I end up naked in that photo shoot for sure. It's pretty hot with how much blood there is, you know? And then years later, when I'm doing all this research and having all this, like, I'm writing a book about PMDD, and I wrote a whole album apologizing for the behavior associated with PMDD. I gotta admit that the blood shoot ended up being primo perfect. Can't believe sometimes how life works itself out, even. And if you've never seen any of those, let me see what's in here. Of them, they're kind of like, you know, inappropriate, but let me see if I can show you anything. Just like, you get the idea. Same shoot as the Bible thing. And I now use those pictures for a couple of the singles on my album, cover album. Apathetic Zebra, it's a photography company. It's at not the forefront, but the early days. It was a long time ago. Yeah, there's no other pictures. Probably gotta pay to see them. So yeah, how y'all doing? How did we get on this topic even? try to go practicality over romance, and I'm like, actually, it's irritating me and doesn't even seem that practical, does it? That's okay too, though. It's just weird. So, Pico, are you still here? What's good? I wanted to tell you something funny, but if you're not here, it's not worth talking about. Because we've been keeping up with this stuff. And, like, honestly, sometimes I feel like the whole joy of my channel is that it's pretty small, though I do appreciate the views, and you know, the more the merrier, especially when that comes to, like, the financial aspect of it. So don't get me wrong. Definitely trying to get the views up. But sometimes we have a very different caliber of conversation when there are less viewers, right? Even though I see that there will be like 250 plus views on the replays. So I should still be conscientious of who watches what. But people just act so funny. There really is this energy of like, if you can't speak to me with your mouth, then stop speaking to me with your soul. I kind of want to light more incense, and I'm going to go with the ocean. Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, crust of the tan man, abide by the sand. Soaking up the first of the land, ocean man. Yeah. Light it up. Light it up. Smoke that elephant's butt. Dude, I'm not smoking his butt. I'm fingering his asshole. God. Pico, I want to tell you something. I'm glad you're still here. Don't know if you heard me say, are you still here? I want to tell you something. Last night, what was the last thing we talked about? You may have not. We were going to take a 20-minute break and I bailed. I wanted to address that. I'm sorry I didn't come back. I came on and was like, listen, I'm going the fuck to bed. And I said, what did I fucking say? What did I fucking say? I'm going to put on Dark Side of the Moon. And it's going to be meditation before I go to sleep. Passed the fuck out, woke up to John Lennon screaming from a rooftop. Don't let me down. Like, what a romantic gesture of my phone to remind me of somebody who associated with that song. That is so dumb, right? So I wake up, like, I was trying to listen to Dark Side. I actually slept with music on headphones last night. It was interesting. I don't usually do that. But then I took them off and had a bunch of intense dreams that I don't remember. Like, I kind of remember some details, which were more or less disappointing details because it got very not gay on there. Which, you know, God, my stupid fucking queer ass is fine. So, whatever. But then I woke up today and I noticed Twin Flame Suspects using such songs from Dark Side specifically in their social medias. Excuse me. So you can't speak to me, but you're watching, huh? Or I'm sorry, is it a coincidence? Or are we just mirroring each other? Bullshit. I call bullshit. Don't you? Wouldn't you? I'm just saying. Electric Lemonade Tarot Test. I gotta write that one down. Y'all gotta admit that was pretty good. How can I say electric instead of electric? Like electric Kool-Aid acid test, right? Neon, yep. Electric Kool-Aid acid test. More like Neon lemonade. Neon lemonade. What was the other words? Tarot deck instead of test. Yeah, tarot deck. Perfect. Neon lemonade tarot deck coming up next. Just kidding. That's not a thing yet, and it's gonna take me forever to get a deck out. Very hard for me to finish projects. It's like the ADHD that turned into PMDD, no doubt. And the fact that I just kind of like low key hate drawing as much as I love drawing. You know what I'm saying? And I have finished some, and that's why like people hate on my album, but I'm just really glad I finished it. You know what I mean? I really underhyped it to my friends, and they were like scared to listen to it, but wanted to be supportive. And then they heard it, and they're like, "This is way less bad than you made it sound." And I'm like, "Good, low expectations, higher results." I made the album in 10 days because I knew if I didn't take 10 days, that it would take 10 years and maybe never get done. Sometimes you gotta rush it. Sometimes you gotta speed the process up. And that's honestly similarly how I feel in love. Aries and Venus, fiery, passionate, fast, let's go. Don't waste my time. But honestly, oh, if I even think, bro, that is so dumb. I can't. I can't. Neon Lemonade Tarot deck. I love it. It's literally inspired by this carnival lemonade cup. There are some things in life that I swear I'll never get sick of, and fair, festival, carnival, whatever, circus vibes in general, I will always adore. I mean, like, I barely participated in any of the activities other than getting a funnel cake that I did not finish and a lemonade that was probably too expensive, but honestly it was worth it. I have the cup now. I love this. So, not just nostalgic, but such a connection to it. Where I was like, man, if I joined the carnival circuit, I would be essentially running away with the circus, right? It is the small things, dude. It is. It really is. And it was just very beautiful to participate in such camaraderie, even if I was a little behind the scenes. You know what I mean? If things got it felt expensive, you know, whatever. It's good to treat yourself once in a while, and what a treat it was, especially at the end of summer. And I wanted to do it all summer, and there's so many summer activities I didn't get to, and I wish I would have rode the fucking Ferris wheel or something. But honestly, I'm just glad I got the lemonade. You know. When life gets you lemons, you better find the goddamn carnival and get yourself a fresh squeezed ice cold lemonade, bro. And I love it. I totally love it. How y'all doing? It is, but I don't make a lot of money these days. I'm trying. I'm working on my abundance mindset. I'm like, I've been telling myself for a very long time that things just work out, and it's like always been low key okay at best, but I make the best of it, you know, so it's hard to even tell when I struggle until more recently. I'm trying to be a little more vocal about it because I'm dealing with the same struggle that I've had for 20 fucking years. 20 fucking years, man. That's a long time. And I only really knew about it for the last 3. And like honestly, it does tie back to PMDD, which to me is just so alien. I don't even know that I should be explaining things like that. But I'm also working on verbalizing it, where I was very convinced I'd write a book on these topics because writing's always been my lane and my avenue and whatnot. But it also is just one of those things where it's the streaming goes so well and the conversations seem to be they just flow from me. And lately I've been kind of like, I don't know, I've been a little more immature in my speak, where maybe I've been hanging out with kids too much. That sounds so creepy. I met my nieces and nephews. Or I'm reverting back to an older version of my inner child, or just being on the internet in general gets you kind of speaking like young people. even if it is very embarrassing or whatever. There's still just something lately that I feel like I'm kind of almost verbally throwing a fit or making myself unappealing in some way or whatever the fuck I'm doing. It's kind of like a sabotage thing. And I can't deal with the fact that I even had to see your face today, if I'm being honest. It just can't deal with that. Is weird to not be able to deal with that. Just wanted to throw it out there for no reason other than it just popped in my head. Maybe it popped in yours too, probably. That's what we were talking about this whole night, right? There are some connections you just really wish you could just let go of if they're gonna be all 5D. Because what does that bring us? Where does that lead to? And I guess because it's all in the unknown, it's hard to have faith, but also what we're learning in life is to take our lessons at face value and recognize when we need to like walk away or cut someone off or do the work or whatever. So it's like very hard where as is now, there is no ultimate ruler. There is no ultimate source of things. There is no one to be like, yes, that is the correct answer, or no, you made the wrong choice. And so we just are guessing and doing our best to interpret it. And that's part of the reason. Look, 2 hours, 22 minutes, 2 seconds, and 11 viewers. We love the angel numbers, right? Um, that's just part of the reason we are inclined to or called to or want to get on here, talk about these things, use these tools, have these conversations, because we are just all trying to make the best of a pretty city, pretty shitty, but pretty city situation, right? So, I mean, what can you really do other than try to support each other in the best way you can and hope that with the common collective comes a picture of the conscious collection, right? Everything that we've all accumulated and everything we've all learned and done and where it's going and where we come from even. So beautiful. So beautiful. Um, I really liked that, and I don't know if anybody is even resonating with it, or if it's just a somber night, and that's part of it. Is people can listen to someone open up about their emotions a lot easier than they can listen to someone's emotions, right? And or vice versa. I think I may have said that backwards, where we kind of we are accepting or we are okay with. Uh, Too many things popped in my head just now. I am going to take a 60 seconds. Thank you for vibing. I don't want to lose that. I just want to take a moment um, to collect because it's still emo night. Am I surreal? Am I a surrealist or not? BRB while I find out. Sorry, y'all. I was just sitting here not paying the fuck attention. It's a weird night. That's why, I'm glad I didn't really do tarot. The second I saw how messy the card pile was, I knew I shouldn't be trying to give people advice in that way. This is definitely post-apocalyptic thoughts. We're opening up. We've seen the information. We've seen the readings. We understand it's retrograde. We don't want to dig too deep. We don't want to bother anybody, but some of us are very bothered, right? Oh God, same. You said you're an Aries. I totally believe you. Do you know your moon sign, or you don't know? You don't know your rising. I can't remember. Lots of conversations tonight. A lot of new people. Yeah, I really. It's so funny. I'm kind of new on Reddit, right? But I've been enjoying it the past few months. It's pretty funny. Okay. Well, if you look up your birthday and location, you can literally go on a Cafe Astrology. They got the birth chart generator. You can go on Google and literally Google search birth chart, and you put your information in. Without your time, you'll get your whole chart besides your rising, but your moon sign might be different if you did have a birth time. So you should just check it out. Let us know. Yeah, so I do. I sometimes will reference Reddit because it's new. Dumbest nobody. Well, I'm like nobody, but honestly, I don't know. Cancer comes to mind, but I don't even think that water signs are that dumb, but kind of. Or like Pisces are like notoriously dumb. Okay, you're just being toxic tonight. Don't start. It's like you wanted me to say Cancer, and that's why it came to mind. Pisces is way dumber than Cancer, and we all know it. The Pisces on my channel are the ones who told me that. They're like, no, it's true. We're kind of dumb. And I'm like, I don't want to hear it. You use it as an excuse. And now I'm dealing with a dumbass Pisces, and it's like, yeah, no shit, dude. Of course you are. You know? You did just want to hear that. And God, petty, toxic, masculinity, right here, ego driven, evil, jaded, impatient, toxic masculinity. Way to go, Pico. Okay, I really was probably saying something and I don't remember. The energy is scatterbrain. The energy is like things work out somehow. By Scorpio season, we'll understand everything, but Libra season, slowly being revealed to us and not even necessarily looking great, but things will just start making sense and you'll get a whole bunch of information and it's just all somehow and then just gonna wrap up and be different and be like, wow, how did we even get here? And we'll know, but we won't even understand how we went from A to B to D, etc. Through the whole alphabet. But this Libra season, it's like fruits of your labor, but also a slow period. And it seems weird that those would be simultaneous, but it's almost as if stuff starts getting in motion. But of course, like in the beginning of anything, it's going to be slow. So, like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I guess that's the whole message they were trying to convey the other night is like sometimes if you've seen it and you know it in your heart of hearts, your whole soul feels like what life has in store for you and you've always known and etc etc, then sometimes the only way to surprise you or give you any surprises in life is to just not know exactly how it happens. Okay, so it's like trying not to stress, trying to have faith, but also trying to accept rejection just in case, but also having faith and um, it's tricky. It can be very tricky to balance. Yeah, your sun is in Aries. What do you mean? That's like the whole point. What, you dang goofball? I'm a little curious too. It seems like maybe could have a Taurus placement or something. But what's up? We don't have to talk about anything in particular. It's just like I said, if anybody's got questions, we're not really doing tarot. If there's anything that came up in a reading this week, I'll even admit, like, if you're like, I got this card, what does that mean? I don't usually fuck with that kind of shit because it's like, no, pay me. It's a reading. But tonight we're answering questions and not really using tarot decks, and y'all have been cool hanging out, new people, patient. Any questions? Stubborn Hunter's been asking some really good ones. If you want to share your chart, you're more than welcome to. I don't imagine this is a tarot night. This is true blue liquid me, and I'm fucking around, finding out, and hating the energy, but also being the vibe. Because at the end of the day, I know that I emit love frequency 405. That's all there is to it in life. Find your happy medium. I am your happy medium. Welcome. Illuminati Mistakes. Cool. So yeah. Just whatever, anything goes. Just we're all taking a break from the tarot. It's funny because I keep kind of joke about it in all of my streams, like, oh, haha, you came for the tarot. Joke's on you because I'm just talking. LOL. Okay. But sometimes it's like, no, we actually do need to take a little separation from the tarot. I even noticed in the past few days I've been listening to more music than tarot readings. Because I was talking about this earlier. I feel like it was with my friends and not on the stream, but no, I think I brought it up twice. I think that's why I talked about it this evening. But the same reason people listen to podcasting is kind of the same reason I listen to tarot. And so in the past few days, I've just chosen music over tarot readings lately. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I think that is more of a vibe. We got to focus on creation. We got to focus on what we're doing and what we're putting into it. We have to stop wondering what's going on behind the scenes or without us. Yeah, it's not even put you in a trance, but it just feeds a certain part of your brain. It can feed anxiety. It can feed, like, I don't want to go as far as to say paranoia, but it just makes you focus on the other person more than yourself. And that's why I'll only really put tarot on if I'm like, I'm a little listless. Like, I really don't know what to do. I need a little direction. I am a little curious about how someone's feeling or how things are going and like what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'll just let any tarot reading that comes up be the one. I'll pick it based on like how much time I got to listen to it or whatever, you know? And so sometimes it's career reading, sometimes it's life in general, sometimes it's spiritual, sometimes it's love, whatever. Even love readings all apply to different areas of my life. But once I start getting a better picture and gaining my confidence or just like having a more direction or creative endeavor to focus on, and I can remove myself, right? I could see that maybe. I guess that's why we're trying to find a balance on this channel where I'm not overloading people with tarot because I do want y'all to be able to hang out. It does tune things back perfectly, and I think that's not an accident. Like, I think it is meant to be that way, and I think that's why I've always wanted to be not a musician because that sounds like I'd be playing instruments. I've always wanted to sing and make music in that way, and so it's funny that I let fear talk me out of that and headed straight for tarot and can be totally comfortable doing this and even kind of acting a fool while doing it, but being able to rein it back in and have a conversation about it. But to say that yes, they sort of complement each other in that way and balance each other and even neutralize each other, I think definitely goes along with what I've seen in my own life. And even with the idea that music is its own entity and deity, and it's a squid. Okay, so, okay, I sound like Michael Bluth sometimes. For fuck's sake, I think he's a Capricorn in real life and in the show, but like sometimes I'm just like too Michael Bluth, man. I just can't handle it. What is psytrance? Like a type of EDM or something? Sounds kind of cool. I've been listening to just shuffle lately. YouTube's pretty good. I have the YouTube Music app. What's up? I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm not really doing tarot tonight. We've just listed like a whole bunch of reasons why I'm not doing tarot. Not gonna repeat myself, but yeah, we just all need a break from it. I think we all need to be able to talk to each other and not rely on the cards or a third party of divinity and material things to tell us how we feel and what to say and stuff like that. We got to be able to talk from the soul and talk to each other. Yeah, no, I'm glad you did. But it's still, we're just getting into the conversation. Like, I'm just bullshitting with you along the way. So, things are good, and it's a journey. We got Journey out the table still. I just pulled it to see what number poetry to read. If anyone wants to pick a number between 1 through 22, they can, but a lot of the numbers are already accounted for, so it's kind of a fun, not fun game. Um, yeah, I can hardly focus, can hardly wait. For what? Don't know. 19. Did we do 19 already? Did we do this earlier? No, that was 9. The Mad Hatters takes a dive drive featuring Robert Frost. We did not do 19 yet. Good choice. This is a quick poem, too. You know what's weird? Oh, I didn't read that one. What is that? Okay, sorry. Got distracted. That was okay. Number 19. Whatever I just read the title of. The Mad Hatters takes a dive drive featuring Robert Frost. Here we go. Motorcade a new extreme. Important things gone missing. From home inside the gates of hell, bottom of an empty well, to streets sleeping back seats, a lonely way to go, the only way to go, like a frost to overcome. From the fingers it slipped, the beholder pushed, the scales tipped. To travel nowhere in hopes to get there down a winding road, smooth sailing submarine, a place to hide, sometimes to dream, under the radar and into the sea. You are so much less without me. I see you on your way, as if only yesterday I was going with you, but a fork arises without compromises. Alas, the smoke blew. You were through, and I was on mine. A path to lead you blind, what I left behind, because I prefer not what I know, only what I don't. Figurations of desolation, danger, destruction. I prefer construction. Run a course ran, I will follow him, for I'd prefer the road not taken. Nice. Gay. Yeah, I probably was trying to get into some girls' pants in high school when I wrote that, for sure. Would believe it. Didn't, but would believe it. Yeah, like I liked that one. That was cool, wasn't it? I don't know. So, um, yeah, thanks. Thanks. It's a decent book. It's just a lot of it's so dark that if you read it consequentially, but you could read the whole thing in a matter of like 30 minutes. It's only 32 pages and it's poetry, so it goes quick. I mean, there's a couple prose stories that take a little bit longer, but it's like, man, it ain't much. But it's pretty good, especially because I finished it by the time I was like 19, you know? So it's like early work, but also so depressing, but also so glad I know what's going on at this point in my life. It's very relieving in so many ways. But to see such a fresh take or such a unique perspective or seeing how much I've changed, but how similarly I can feel at the same rate, definitely was like high peak paranoia days back then, whereas now, not so much. Um, Paranoid in different ways, I guess. I'm like alien tinfoil hat kind of paranoid now, which is something I'm fine with. If I'm going to feel paranoia, I'd rather project it upon imaginary space creatures than my loved ones, friends, family, and whoever, you know? So you gotta pick and choose those battles, right? And healing, of course. But also, I think there's something to it, you know? That's why I said I'm trying to write it all down and write a book, but sometimes talking is so much easier. But who do you talk to when, the medical field has completely flipped you upside down, turned you out, and left you for dead too many times to count? It's not as simple as to say, talk to a therapist about how you think your PMDD might be due to alien abductions. Especially when every doctor you've ever met still can't even write on a piece of fucking paper that you have it, even though they laugh and say, of course you do. And give me pills instead. Mind blowing, right? So I figured write a book, done a lot of research, want to talk about the topic, especially because so much tied into sex magic and the ionic energy in general, and being feminine and being born female and blood sacrifice, right? I find that topic to be really interesting on a witchcraft level, and even more interesting on a personal health level, and even more interesting on a societal lack of resource, right? Seeing the war that is continuously happening over femme bodies, and seeing how deeply I have been wounded and affected by such things, right? Having to relive the trauma every time you go to the bathroom. It's crazy. That would be cute. I do have like a whole bunch of merch. I guess I could send a link for it. That's like the sweatshirt I'm wearing. Why don't I just roll an ad break while I pull it up? What if I design something while I talk to you guys? No, I'm just kidding. What would it be? The art category. Okay, so I will BRB. I'm gonna send the link during this ad break, and we'll see how we're doing in a minute and see if you guys like any of my stuff. Okay, BRB. All right, so I'm digging this idea, y'all. Put it on a cup so you can think about what it means when you sip coffee in the morning. I do have a mug. Um, It's like, it's cute. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This is what I do. This is full time me. I have always had day jobs until a couple of years ago. I got into a pretty rough incident, which is something that I will discuss further come November for the 3 year. And haven't really done the day job thing since. Tried here and there. It just is, it was grueling. The pain was grueling. Um, physically after the injuries I sustained. So this is what I do full time, and I know what I do is pretty cool. People like my readings. Twitch is going really well. I really like my merch. I mean, I bought this and I wear it because I think it's fucking sweet. I don't think a lot of people could pull it off like me, but that's okay. That's why I made it, right? But it's really hard for me to advertise, and people are like, "Oh yeah, this is cool. This is cool. You gotta market. You gotta post it. You gotta be on fucking TikTok, Reels, and Instagram, Facebook, everything." And I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of am, but also I ain't trying to spend all my time doing that. Like, I actually am not a huge fan of social media. Thanks so much. So it's nice that you would bring up something like, oh, my poetry on merch someday. That's so sweet. I do have merch actually. Thank you for allowing me to like plug my own shit, even though it's what I'm supposed to be doing. It's something that comes very unnaturally to me. It's very easy for me to promote for other people because it's stuff I like and I want to show my support to others. But when it comes down to myself, it feels like this awkward narcissistic push to force people to listen to, buy, or like me when I know that most people inherently don't. You know? I suffer no fools. So I appreciate that. And I think that if y'all have a poem in mind, I think that'd be a great design. I'm going to put poetry on a cup so you can think about what it means while you sip coffee in the morning. My mug is one of my favorite designs. It's like a paper collage, but it's a picture on a mug. I don't know. It's cool. It's just printful stuff, but it's merch. It's fun. I have been wanting to design more, even though I don't get a ton of sales now. It's just really fun and easy, and I can do it. So I love these ideas, and thank you for the encouragement. I actually recently, because I've been okay, it's funny because I just found the copy of this book like probably in the last year, and that's why I've been fascinated with reading it and sharing it and blah blah blah. And I had this idea that I would draw some of these poems out in drawings and like incorporate the words. But I didn't like the sketch I came up with. It just looks awful. It's like I get where I was coming from, but like I am not great at drawing. I'm not great at the physical arts. I'm really much more a master of words, obviously tarot, even body photography, but like actual physical drawing and physical art forms like fine arts and stuff, man, it's really never been my forte. It probably needs so much more practice than I want to give it. You know what I mean? So not my thing. But this inspiration, it's hitting me deeply, where these are simultaneous thoughts I've been having, and I would have not come up with the fact that I would put them together like that. So, Pico, as the one with the idea, you should pick the poem that goes on there, unless you think it should be 19, and that was the whole point of it. I don't know. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, 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 because it really does mean a lot to me to find people who don't think I'm just completely, totally fucking weird, because I definitely am, but nobody wants to feel like that 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I'm on here drinking a Jones soda. I'm a fucking virgin or something. What's up, though? We're just kind of catching up, chit chatting. We're trying to relinquish ourselves from the hold that tarot can take upon your soul when you look at it too much. We had a pretty deep discussion about twin flames. Okay, I'm so happy for you. I hope you have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here, subscribing, I think, right? The raid was super fun and definitely set the tone and the vibe for the evening, and I appreciate your Aries ass. being here with us. And I hope you come back for the next one. I typically don't schedule anything, and it's very random when and what days I show up. But lately, it's been almost every night between the hours of someone's midnight and 4 or 5 a.m. somewhere, right? So I'm around. Good luck. You know, I might wrap it up soon too if it's gonna be, it's late, you know, it's kind of sleepy vibes, right? Maybe some people fell asleep to my voice. I could do that, right? Really, the music thing was blowing my mind though. Pico, did you even catch that? You are focused on one thing, and that's being a toxic man. I think I'm just gonna put the cards away. They're like jumpy, like, don't put us away. It's your destiny to read these cards tonight. Yeah, we get it. We get it. We get it. All right. All right. Ooh, self. Love that. Love that. How y'all doing? It seems like the one person who had any questions to ask actually just left. So, how y'all feeling? Any requests? Anything going on? Nothing? Just quiet. I appreciate the views, but you guys, what are we doing? Might go if it's going to be so crickety in here. Not to be rude either. It's definitely a vibe, but it just seems like sometimes vibes are cooperative because I'm not doing any readings, right? What are we thinking, y'all? Should I give you 60 seconds to decide, or what? Is this the end of our road? What's happening? It is late. I could go. We could do more meditation to ourselves. All right. Well, I'll roll one more, and you speak up. So if there's any questions regarding tarot or spirituality, religion, anything you want to know about me in general, like I said, we're taking a break from the tarot, but if there's something that came up in tarot this week for you, in your horoscope, in your birth chart, we don't know. I don't know too much about retrograde, but I know enough about the planets where if you tell me what it is, we can talk about that too. If you have any questions, ask them. I'm going to do a little quick ad break and we'll decide if I'm going to keep streaming or if I'm just going to go to sleep. So please don't be shy. We only get one life. BRB. All right, y'all. If you stayed quiet, I'm staying quiet. I'm gonna peace out for the evening. I'll probably be back tomorrow. I don't even know what tomorrow is or what today is or whatever the fuck. I don't care. I'm on here when I'm on here. I really hope to see you again. If you follow me on my Instagram account at illmisthex, you will know when I'm going to stream or streaming because I always post it on my story over there. I never schedule it with Twitch because I simply hate having to be anywhere at any specific time. So you can do that. If you follow my other Instagram account at IllyMilly, you can watch some of my old streams that I did on Instagram the past couple of years and get an idea of all my decks in case they're not on my Twitch stream now. So thank you for being here. Thank you to all the new followers and to the raid that came through. That was a lot of fun. If is there like a way I could raid someone now? I don't even really know. I don't even know if it's worth it, y'all. I just don't really get the concept yet, and I don't know that anybody is streaming at this ungodly hour. So, anyways, have a great night. Hope to catch you again soon. Like I said, I'll probably be back today, tomorrow, sometime anyway. And hopefully, we'll figure out more and more of what it means to be using Twitch at all. And I just become even more intelligent as time goes on. All right? Love you all. Good night, good luck, and enjoy the fuck out of these last 2 days of Virgo season because you're going to need it.